and record the meeting so that if you want to refer back to it, you
That makes
can
sense.
do. Okay.
Sounds good.
Done. Yeah, recording in progress. That's so you can't record people without them knowing it. Right. Share screen. There we go.
The Zoom meeting this morning with the Chamber of Commerce guy.
Oh, did you? Bless you. How was that?
He loves him. He loves him.
He can talk.
Really, I do.
Talk. But since it's recording, I won't say anything else. But yeah, it was interesting this morning.
Message me later.
Yes.
That's
Cool.
not what you said earlier on.
I know it wasn't what I said earlier on.
Oh,
But it's recording, so he can't implicate himself. It's okay, we'll do that later. Thing. No bother. No, I know where you are. Okay, well you'll find it. Whatever else. So what I'm referring to as the reusable digital assets are things like the website, which is of course is the kind of central part of the business,
yes.
and email.
Yep.
Awesome. Can we talk about this later? Because I don't want to hold the guys on any later when we need to speak. Okay. God almighty. So the website being the main part of the business, really, and then the emails. So it's the bits of the business that are identified by that reusable.eco domain. So I've
Yes.
circled that to say this is a domain. Now, I apologise if I'm patronising at any point, but some of this terminology is not really what we use in day-to-day life. So I'm just figuring if we clarify some of that at the start, that might be good. So
Yep.
the name that we have that we run Reyousable off of is www.reyousable.eco. And that reusable.eco is then also applied to the email addresses. So fine at reusable.eco, hello at reusable.eco, whatever. Okay. So over on the email side of the slide, I've put that into a business tools suite because what you actually get when you're getting business email as such, it's not just email. You tend to sign up for a business tools suite where you also get a collaboration space, which I've written twice and it shouldn't be. But so it's things like collaboration space. So that would be places that you can share files. So say, for example, you're working on a spreadsheet and Ryan's making some changes to it. He can save it into this shared space and then Adrian can get to it, Sandra can get to it. You can all make changes on it. It's a kind of shared space. So if any of you have ever used things like SharePoint and the businesses you work in, it's that kind of thing.
Right.
So that's the kind of other bits and pieces that you'll get. The other thing you'll get is like spreadsheet packages, word processing packages, things like that. So if you go, there's a sort of Microsoft route where you get things like Outlook and Excel and Word, and then there's a Google route where you get things like Google Sheets, which are like the Google equivalents. Okay, that all right so far?
Yep.
Yeah, we were talking about obviously using that. The name, is it name.com?
Yeah.
As well as the Google. If it works for you guys and we're familiar with the Google side of it, then we'll probably just carry on with that. But that's not for this conversation. But
no, it totally is for this conversation because it's all those kind of things that starts to get a little bit complicated. So I thought that would be good to run through. Again, this is another one of these situations where I think it'll be good if I explain to you kind of what we have just now, but also we have a bit of a conversation around what the alternatives are, because I've done a bit of kind of research on what the current state of affairs is, and the way things were when Nicola and I set up the business aren't necessarily the same as they are now. So there might be a couple of choices that you want to make in there that we weren't able to at the time. Let me try and explain as we go through. Then we can go back, we can check the recording. I'll remember all the things I was meant to tell you that I've forgotten. You can ask questions you don't understand, and we'll get there. Right, so I've put some little pictures here because again, we're going to be talking about lots of different things that could get confused. So there will be companies that we talk about tonight that provide us with services, for example. So those companies are GoDaddy, name.com. Both of those are registries. In fact, you know what, guys? We're going to go down to the bottom first. We're going to start at the bottom in terms of the terminology. The middle bit just covers the digital artifacts, digital assets we've already discussed. So website, email, and shared derived collaboration space. Down the bottom there is just defining some of what these things actually are. So we spoke about a domain. What's a domain? Somebody tell me what a domain is. Give me an example from this slide.
Domain. Forgot. I missed where you are. The domain is the website name.
Exactly. Well done. Point to
GoDaddy,
that.
name, Shopify.
Exactly right. So we talk about a domain, that's what we're talking about. So down the bottom there in the purple box, registry. So a registry, so these are companies whose role is to maintain details of all domains and their owners. So we purchase domains from these companies. They generally are renewed each year. So they can hold the lists of Reyousable.eco is owned by Claire Cobbold or whatever. It's getting transferred to Adrian Blake, whatever. So it's like the ultimate lists of all the domains that are out there in the world and who owns them. So there are various companies that do that. The two up here, oops, sorry. Hang on a second, that just unshared. Can you see that again now, yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so GoDaddy is a registry. Name.com is a registry. So these are the places where we purchased the domains or Reyousable. So back when we did it, we purchased .eco from name.com and we purchased the .co.uk from GoDaddy. Now there's a bit of a reason behind that. So down the bottom here, and I'm going to call these ones a registry as well, but they're kind of not. They are, could probably just call them a domain organization. So organization, that's probably the wrong terminology, but I'll give you an idea of what they are. So this .eco is the name of an organization that's set up specifically to own the domain .eco. So they saw there was an opportunity for those businesses who have got a sustainability angle to them, who are trying to, save the world's resources and generally do something good within that green space, that it'd be good to have something that could identify them. So the company called .eco was set up to specifically do that. So when we went and requested to have a .eco domain name, you couldn't just choose that, like you can choose .co.uk or .com. We had to like fill in an application, explain what the business was going to do, and basically prove that we were in the space of doing something good environmentally. So that was all fine, and we got approved for that. So then we had to go to a registry to actually purchase the domain name that we wanted. At that time, we went to name.com. At that time, GoDaddy didn't sell .eco. It was quite a new thing. Now, both name.com and GoDaddy do sell .eco, and both name.com and GoDaddy sell .co.uk domains as well. So currently, reusable.eco is purchased from name.com and we renew with them each year. And the .co.uk domain name was purchased from GoDaddy and we renew with them each year. Okay? All right so far, just shout, ask anything as we go along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine
Yeah.
it's probably a bit of a faff / politics to push it to one or the other. So we'll possibly just keep it. Because if we go to GoDaddy and say we want to keep it, but we want to buy it through a separate company, then they'll just be like, no.
No, and actually you are incorrect there. It's
Oh, really?
totally normal to do that. Totally normal to do that. And that's one of the things from the stuff I've been looking at over the last couple of days to try and work out what the situation is now for you guys moving
Yeah, yeah.
forward. That is now possible. So that's one of the things you actually might consider that you want to do, Ryan. Again, you may just want to go, do you know what? Just keep it all where it was, keep it as it is, then it's something else, we're not changing. But you could absolutely do that. So let me just sort of
That
move on
seems
to those next bit.
contradicting to common sense, because as companies, they'd still want the money from you,
Revenue.
whether
I know. I guess it's like switching your insurance or switching anything else. You are just allowed to do it. You can move it on to somebody else, mainly for the benefit
Yeah.
of, I think mainly for the benefit of making it a wee bit easy from an administration point of view. So, but what these companies also do, now, I've stuck their clicky things there. for domains there. So you'll see, like, if we go into GoDaddy, as well as being a domain registry, you can see just by looking at their website, if you look up the top here, they do domains, they do websites and hosting. So if you were just starting out, you didn't have a
Frozen
website,
Pro.
you could go to
Still see
GoDaddy and,
I
sorry?
can still just see the slide.
Oh, can you? Sorry.
So, Mum, is it frozen for you as well, or?
No, do you know what it is? It's because I think it must just have shared the one window rather than sharing my whole screen.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I'm still on the slide.
There you
There
go.
we go.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
Yeah, so what you can see is if you look up at the top of the website, as well as domains, which is what we've purchased from them, is the .co.uk domain, GoDaddy also do websites and hosting. They provide emails, they do marketing, pricing, they do all sorts of stuff for companies. But the way we've used them is just for that domain. Okay, now go back to the other one. Very complicated trying to share different things. Let me do this. Okay, so just if we just flip down to the bottom of this slide now, business suite. So what I mean by a business suite is software and communication tools that are needed to effectively run your business. So that's things like email, shared drive, collaboration space, spreadsheet packages, word processing, etc. So it's everything that was over on the left-hand side of this slide. Yeah.
Mhm.
So GoDaddy provide that kind of thing. They can provide you with the Microsoft side of things. So they can provide you with Outlook for your email, with Word and Excel and all those kind of things, and with a shared collaboration space that's the Microsoft version of that. What you can that you then do is you just attach on the domain name of your preference. In this case, it's going to be reusable.eco, and you'd be using the Microsoft suite to do that. On the looking around I've done, they seem to be more expensive than the Google suite on name.com. Because on name.com, again, very similarly, they provide very similar service to GoDaddy. They're a registry. They also will do website hosting, online stores, marketing, whatever. They do all that, those different services as well. But how we currently use name.com is to buy the .eco domain, and we also get our business suite from them right now. So we currently use what's called Google Workspace, which is the business package belonging to Google. So we have the equivalent of Gmail and Google Sheets and what they call sort of the Google Drive, which is the shared drive where Nick and I currently both go on and get stuff. So the thing that we sent you the link to when you wanted the logos, that was on
Yes.
our collaboration space. So we were able to go on there, say share with Reusable Solutions Limited. And that meant you guys could then get onto our space and get the stuff that you wanted. So it can be really handy. So we get all that from name.com, and from what I have looked at, but I would obviously encourage you to do your own looking about. I just wanted to have an idea of what the current situation was so that I could kind of let you know what's out there and how it relates to what we had before. The name.com and the Google Suite business tools look like better value. So you would be using, so I don't know, unless you're particularly, I want to use Microsoft products, you're not going to be doing that much in the way of spreadsheets and stuff. And if you do already have them, then you can still use them on your own laptop or whatever, and then just upload them to your shared drive. That's fine. But it looks, from a totally cost perspective, the Google Suite and using name.com to provide that for you seems to be the kind of most economical way to do it. So just to clarify that. Oops, that's on. So GoDaddy also provide business suite. And name.com also provide business suite. So at the moment, we're using GoDaddy just as a registry. We're using name.com as a registry and as a business suite. Okay, and you can choose what you wish going forward from there. All right, does that make sense?
Yep.
And I just put links so up the top there, just in the different companies we're talking about. So we've spoken about GoDaddy and Name.com already. We'll pop on to Shopify in a minute. But just mentioned Microsoft and Google there, and I'll send these slides to you, and the links there just take you to the different business plan, the different business suites that they provide. Now, just to confuse matters even further, this is why this becomes so complicated. But thankfully, the people at the registries are really good at explaining it. Like the lady I spoke to today at GoDaddy was so patient and so clear, because they are dealing with numpties like us all the time.
Yeah.
Because again, the only time people have to phone them or have anything to do with them other than pay an annual renewal is when they're setting up or when they're closing it down, which is really good. So they are basically, so GoDaddy and Name.com are basically resellers. So those business suites that they sell you are owned, the proprietary to Microsoft and to Google. You can go directly to Microsoft and to Google or to another reseller to try and get your business suite. My initial thought would be it'd be more complication for not a lot of money saving. But again, by all means, have a look and see. You can purchase your business suites from somewhere other than GoDaddy or Name.com. Okay? Smashing. So, and then the last one down there, in the little yellow box, is website host. So when I say website host, this is somewhere you can build a website, and that website is held on this company's technology, and they provide the design, they provide the tools to put the website together, provide things like payment solutions. So website hosts that you've got here are, so I want to guess, presentation should always be interactive, Claire. I would like to guess. Where's a website host? Where am I going to put my little yellow box? Anyone?
Possibly next to Shopify.
Oh, he's just gaining the barrier. So
Which is
absolutely.
That's why he's on this call.
Absolutely. So the website host that we use is shopify.com. When I did all those Chamber of Commerce courses that you will love, even though you don't love the guy, one of the things they covered was things like website design. And again, at that point in time, Shopify was considered by far to be the market leader in terms of providing online e-commerce. And it was just streets ahead in terms of how slick it was, the different designs you could use, how it integrates with their own payment systems, how it integrates with things like PayPal, how it integrates with like Google Ads, and I don't know, there's nothing basically Shopify doesn't integrate with. Now, of course, there are other competitors who have come into the market, and there are other organizations who provide similar, that no doubt will be after you for your business as well. Again, my inclination would be certainly for the initial part, stick with Shopify. One of the big benefits you're getting of what you have purchased from us is the fact that that website is already there, it's designed, it's got everything hanging off it, it works, everything is in there. That if there's cost benefits to be looked at in years to come to move it on to something else, absolutely go for it. At the moment, you're tied into Shopify until September 2025. Anyway, get used to it on there, and then if you want to sort of grow the business, do something else, then by all means look elsewhere. But I'd absolutely suggest that you sort of stuck with Shopify for now. Now, interestingly, just for the purposes of fullness, these two, just feel this conversation could have got very complicated, but you're doing very well to catch up. Name.com, our website hosts, and GoDaddy, our website hosts. So you can get those things from all those different places.
Right.
What we use, let's see if I can find a kind of reusable color. So the ones that we use are this one, this one, this one, and this.
Right, am I
And
missing
this.
something? Because I can't see anything changing.
Circling in
Circling.
blue.
Oh, the circling, sorry. I thought we talked about colours,
Okay.
sorry. Yeah.
So that's the different ones that you've got that are part of the business at the moment. So you have the scope to move them about as you see fit. Okay.
Yep.
just going to add these on so that the slides are complete, and when we look back on them, we can actually look at what we're talking about. Does that all make some semblance of sense?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. I will fiddle about with that later so that you've got what's where.
sound.
And I'll put the rest of them on there. So in terms of what do we need to do to get all this transferred over to you? I think the main thing to potentially change just now is to look at transferring reusable.co.uk over to name.com, because then you're only dealing with name.com. Everything's in the one place. It just makes things a little bit simpler. But I mean, I say that at the moment, all you're having to do with the with GoDaddy is renew on an annual basis, which I just always set up with an auto renewal, and it's like a matter of like £12.99, I think, per year it is to renew the .co.uk. And the reason we do that is just to try and to kind of protect our online images. Such as you've seen, somebody else has taken reusable.com, somebody else could take reusable dot whatever other thousands of different domains there are now. So we just thought that was sufficient. That's the main ones we thought that our customers might use and get confused with. So that's the two that we have. So that's the kind of one place you might want to choose to do, is just to move that over. Other than that, I think it's going to be a straight transfer. Sorry, Sandra, were you going to say something there?
No, I was just going to say, but it'd be worth us just keeping an eye, because if that crowd don't renew it, then we can go in and get it.
Oh, they always will renew it. I don't think it's not like oh, sorry, I see what you mean. The .com crowd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guys that have
Yes.
taken it, they
Yeah,
obviously don't seem to
absolutely.
do much for their website, so it'd be worth us just keeping an eye, just to see if they don't renew it, then we can go in and nab it.
Exactly. And
thinking the
you
same thing
could,
about
if you sorry.
They might be thinking the same thing about us because we've not put anything up for a while. They might be.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
that, but it'd be worth us just keeping an eye
Oh
on
no,
it.
I
just-
agree. I agree.
Yeah,
And they can't. And the other thing is, remember, you've got the trademark for it. You could, depending on the types of products that they put on there, if it's homewares and stuff, you could
Challenge
feasibly,
them.
send them a letter. What is it? Something desist or whatever, saying this is our
Yeah.
trademark. Here's the evidence. You're selling similar products to us. You're using the name that we've got. Stop
Is
it.
that
Bugger.
trademarked internationally?
It's UK.
Just UK. So if they're an American company, we couldn't.
Exactly.
But
But you
then
know,
we're not through America, so it don't matter.
so yeah, so but you could keep an eye on that for sure. But you could go on forever buying up domain names. It all comes down to the risk. What's the risk? What's really going to happen? You know, is it going to make your business suffer? Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah.
Because people are going to
Yeah.
be coming to you based on what you sell, and they don't really sell anything. So I don't think
At the
you would
moment,
get.
yeah.
It's just annoying. It's just annoying apart from anything else. It almost looks like something that maybe some university students are doing a project or something, and they've set up a
Maybe.
website.
Yeah,
Do you
it
know
could be. Yeah, it could be.
it's got that kind of feel about it. It's all just a bit
Yeah,
random.
yeah.
There's only products on it. It's almost as if they've had to show we've set up a website, we've put a logo on, we've set up some products. You know, it almost feels like that kind of
Yeah, it
style.
could be.
Yeah, it's worth looking at.
Yeah.
Here we
Which is
go.
another reason why they might just not bother doing anything with it. So
Precisely, it might become available. Good point. And I'm sure you'll be able to put like an alert on if it does become available. So, so that's the main thing. So in terms of getting stuff transferred over, yeah, just kind of confirm for me. Again, look at the next couple of days. Let me know if you're happy to stick with name.com and their Google Suite. If so, we've got a kind of process that we need to follow there, which I've scribbled down. This would be.
Sorry to interrupt. I just had a quick scan of reusable.com. They've got 6 products on there now. They had 4 when we checked last time. So
I did there, okay.
yeah, they're adding more. A couple of it.
Yeah.
and are any of them getting more like what we sell, Ryan?
Yeah. Beeswax
They
wraps.
Okay.
Soap bags, like cloth type soap bags.
Soap bags
pads.
Soap bags we don't do, so we can't pick that up on them then.
I get you.
Reusable base
Yeah,
pad
and
things.
Yeah,
I
we don't
forget
use
what the
that.
words were. I forget what the words
But
were on the trademark, but it was to do with was it homewares it said, or because again, it had to be quite specific. But have a check on it and see if you're
yeah,
anything with it. But again, I would just consider what the risks would potentially be. But I don't think you're gonna lose out on business to them. It would just be if there was a kind of any confusion between your business and theirs.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So if you decide to stay with name.com as the registry and for your business suite, then what you guys need to do is go on to name.com and create an account, like using your reusable solutions email, for example, or whatever.
Mhm.
Then when you do that, you will have a ready to do. Then when you do that, you will have an account code. Then on your associated with your account, you'll let me know that, and that's how I transfer the domain onto you. Okay, so
Right.
that will give you the reusable.eco domain. This may time out in a minute because we've got multiple parties and it's the free version of Zoom, so if it disappear, we can pick up later.
Right,
But we
make
need
a different path then, Claire. Because it's normally
not sure, possibly, yeah, that might save us.
okay. I'll jump off then. Thank you
Okay,
for your
thanks,
time.
Sandra.
Bye, bye.
Bye. So yeah, you'll just let me know your account code, and that will let me transfer the domain to you. So you would then become the owners of reusable.eco. What, and then you will update there's an organization called Who Is, and that's who holds all the information about who owns domains globally. So that would just get updated on there as well. What we can't do is there's not a possibility of like moving our business suite to you. So you would then, so that's like in two different parts. You'd get the .eco domain, and then you would choose to attach, for example, the Google Business Suite to it. So if you go on to name.com and look at the options they have, you'll see the Business Suite on there. I did take some screenshots on their pages earlier on today that I can send across to you just to give you an idea of the kind of things they've got. But you'll tell yourself it's like business basic startup where I think they offer you it for like £3 per user per month in the first year, and it goes up to about £5 per user per month in future years. It's that kind of thing. So you'll be able to go in and have a little bit of a look and see what's for you. So yeah, have a wee look at that and just see if there's anything that makes you think, oh no, because then what will happen is it will take I think it takes about 7 days or so for a domain to transfer. So we'll just start getting that moving as well. And then of course Shopify already has reusable.com reusable get it right, Claire, reusable.eco attached to it. So there won't be anything you have to do there. It doesn't matter to them who owns the .eco thing. The next thing we'll have to do is transfer the Shopify, but that's like a separate process, and we'll cover that, when we get together on the 27th and do that then. Okay, so this is like this is your kind of foundations. This is you getting the structure in place on which the website's going to sit and on which your email is going to sit.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, obviously, when we get the emails and stuff over, we'll just have to go back through everywhere and change the email address. Unless we keep the reusable one, but yeah, well, that's a decision for us to make. Just so I've got my head around it, am I right in saying that? Please correct me if I'm wrong. That the registry, the name.com and GoDaddy.com, where we buy almost permission to use the .eco or .co.uk, depending on which one it is. And then the business suite is where the website is hosted almost. And then the website, no, because that's the website host. The Shopify, I'm getting myself confused. The Shopify, is that where you make the website and they host it as well?
Exactly that. Exactly that. So GoDaddy and name.com provide similar services,
Yeah.
not as fine-tuned to an online store. So
Right.
if you maybe, I don't know, a theatre or something saying what your next things that were coming up or whatever. You know, if it's for that actual, we are an online shop, Shopify was, and I think probably still is, the kind of number one provider of that kind of website hosting, which is why we. But if you look on GoDaddy or name.com now, they probably will have an e-commerce like online store option. But it's that Shopify's bread and butter. That is all Shopify do, is online stores.
So the
Okay.
business is nothing to do with the website per se, but it
The
allows
business,
you.
did you say the business suite?
Yes.
Precisely, yeah. The business suite is nothing to do with the website per se. So if you had a business cutting people's grass,
Yeah.
you could have the business suite. And you don't necessarily, it doesn't matter then whether you've got a website or not. Yeah,
Okay.
totally separate, totally separate. It's just providing you with your email functionality, your collaboration opportunities, communication stuff if you wanted to use it, that type of thing.
So because we've gone with the same company, or because we've gone with a business suite, we can use the .eco as the email address.
You can choose whatever. So when you buy the use of the business suite. So you could today, you could sign up to one of these guys. So you could sign up to name.com, say, I want a business suite, and let's say, okay, what domain do you want to add to it? And you could add your reusable solutions limited at gmail.com. That'll be then associated with that business suite.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So it's associating everything to whatever you're using.
But because we've bought the domain of reusable.eco, we can use that as well.
Exactly. That's what you'll be using. Yeah, you'd use that. Definitely you'd use that. So you'd put that one on there.
Awesome. I think I've got my head around it. I think that's helped. Thank you.
It is a bit of a mind melt, for want of a better phrase. Okay.
And then the Microsoft and the Google is just to show that you could use either of those as the.
Yeah, and exactly. So they are the ultimate creators of either the Microsoft Business Suite or the Google Business Suite. They're the ultimate creators of it. You can probably buy it from them directly, but they have resellers.
Yeah.
Which include GoDaddy and Name.com. So I've just always gone through Name.com. There wasn't a big enough price differential when I looked at it to make me want to go direct to Google and have yet somebody else that I'm having to deal with. I figured if I had both those things with Name.com, it just felt easier because then they're looking after the domain name, they're looking after the business suite. So my hope was it was all a little bit tighter. Okay.
No, that all makes sense. Yeah.
Super. It's not fun. It's just what's the boring stuff. We're still on the boring stuff. We'll get over the boring stuff really soon. We're on the closing phases of the boring stuff, but it's important. So I would I guess, like I say, take a couple of days to have a think if there's or whenever you do get a chance to think about what we're going to do. We're going to stick with this. Have a bit of a look on the GoDaddy website. Have a look on the name.com website. Have a look at the pricing options and what you think you'll use and what feels right for you. And then just get back and let me know. Just do what you're already doing, Claire, or we're maybe going to move reusable.co.uk onto name.com, for example.
Yeah, I think that's potential
Sorry,
because we've only got one company to deal with for multiple things.
supplier to deal with, precisely.
It could go down and then all those three things are down, but you've used them for a few years now, and unless you tell me different, I don't think any major problems have happened that can't be fixed quite quickly.
No, they haven't. And again, you're, in terms of things going down, your email and everything, they're the reseller, but it's Google. If Google goes down, there's going to be bigger problems for us all to deal with
Yeah.
than that, So what I will do after this call is, like I say, I took some screenshots and things today on my phone just when I was looking through some of this stuff. So what I might do is just ping you some of those, and I'll explain each one what it is. But you by all means go and have a scout around on the website yourself. I just thought if I could handhold you a little bit to this is the kind of thing you might want to look at, it would hopefully make it a little bit easier, because I know that I really struggled with this when we first started up, because I had no idea how all this went together.
No, we do really appreciate it, because otherwise I don't think we could get half of it done.
Yeah.
But no, and just shout, don't worry if you kind of go and look at it in half an hour's time and go, I have absolutely no idea what she's talking about with that. Just give me a shout.
No, will do. Thank you.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the good people at Zoom are telling us we've got less than 1 minute before the chuck is off. So let's chuck ourselves off and we'll see if that recording works. I will upload it to our collaboration space and share it with you.
Thank you
Or
very
maybe
much.
to the YouTube site, just for the sake of being different.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. See you soon.
See you
Cheers.
later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Coco Bean, thank you for being nice and quiet during that, darling.